Hello, beautiful starseeds and lightworkers. It's Alexander Quinn, Starseed Navigating the Light. Alexander Quinn, and today is a very, very unique one because I haven't had a lot of time to do a lot of channeling recently, but recently I finally sat down and managed to get some really good channeling in. And this is a very, very unique one because it's something that's never happened ever before. What happened is two different beings came in. One was Arcturian and one was Andromedan, because I had this Andromedan being that's coming in more and more, which looks like this, the Andromedan being. Now, I'm not going to tell you which is which. All I'm going to tell you is one of these beings, out of the Andromedan and the Arcturian, one of these beings starts the message. Both came in at the same time, and then the other one takes over, and then they complete the message. So what I want you to do in the comments section is I want you to listen to the message, and I want you to see if you can find out which being starts the message, and at which point the other one takes over, and which one it is out of the Arcturian and the Andromedan. Okay? Because it's very rare when I'm interfacing with some of these beings that two from different factions will come in at the same time, and then both work on a message with each other, with one of them finishing the message. It's very unique. It's not happened to me before, so I'm just going to read this through. I've got it here. I'm going to read it out nice and slowly. It's about the energy of this year. In 2024, you have now just entered an entirely new era of energy not felt for about 13,000 years on your planet. The amperes have increased slowly since 2012, but even just since January of your Earth 2024, you have now moved into a very elevated electrical energy, especially as April approaches. It carries with it many encodings that are profoundly transitional. Over the next 12 months, you will experience a type of electrical radiation you have never experienced before, increasing the divine further between those that are conscious and unconscious. On your Earth, electricity carries with it special characteristics. When electrons encounter resistance, this is experienced as a hindrance to their movement. While the electrical potential difference established between two potential terminals encourages the movement of charge, or in your transformational energy, what is known as conversion of consciousness, i.e. change, it is resistance that discourages it. The voltage in your bodies on your planet is increasing exponentially. A volt is the unit of electrical potential difference, or the size of the force that it sends the electrons through a circuit. Applying this to a time of great voltage increase within your grids, you will notice more clearly now obstructions observed as messages relational to where your highest timelines and psychological and physiological requirements want to expand within your electrical circuitry on Gaia experience within your corporeal bodies. Now, we're already experiencing that with these major energy waves that are coming in that are felt as ascension symptoms. We had a massive one just last night, anywhere between 2 to 4 in the morning. I think it was about 2 or 3 in the morning last night. A massive wave came in. What is your corporeal body? A chemical electrical organism. A battery. When a battery is overcharged, it heats and begins to deteriorate because there is now of energy and no path of release. Therefore, the biggest question that you might ask yourselves over the next 12 months is, where is the resistance? In all areas of inner and outer within the 4 bodies within your consciousness reality. Resistance over this period is going to, on some level, feel more adverse in 2024 than ever before, with more of your light body in your physical constitution experience. There is no symbiotic akashic memory of how to handle this reality available on your cellular memory record. You now are wading into fresh, uncharted, deep but transformational waters. This is now not a time of trust, as trust carries with it the frequency of emotional attachment aligned with tolerance and subconscious resistance. If this high level of radiation, a high level of electrical incoming meets trust, it will create friction heat. This energy incoming wants to be met with something greater: surrender. If the overcharged battery were to surrender that increased incoming voltage proportionally, overheating and malfunction would not ensue. And we know how this works, because increasingly as more and more energy meets the body, if it meets resistance within your emotional body, your light body, your physical body, or just your consciousness in general, it's going to come up as density rising up, like I said in the last video, like oil rising up through water, and you'll get pain or an emotional problem or something happening in your light body, or you'll get an imbalance. Resistance will allow for the enlightenment of great density to be seen within your reality and physical bodies, but to what cost? You live on a planet of free will, and even Creator itself cannot change what has been put into the cosmic creation now. We thank you for your time and your efforts in what is one of the greatest stories of compassion and love known in this galaxy, the ascending of Gaia and her tribes. We are thankful for using this vessel in order to incorporate our perspective on events that are tumultuous, but are also necessary playing out in your year 2024. Everything that is of a lower constructional dimensional vibration within your systems, and also at a subatomic level within your mitochondria and DNA, is now being released. And with this, there is a sprinkling of chaos, so that that which should never have been encoded can be seen and then released, quantified, then exposed, released and experienced in much the same way that a virus becomes apparent in your body and within your society, and within your body seeing the virus and then being able to have it attacked. A battle then begins, from which more often than not the victor is the white blood cell within your chemical component makeup within your current available within a collective consciousness of 5-strand DNA, upon which most people in your collective are currently operating at, some slightly above and slightly below, within the available 12. The amygdala corpus, a part of your brain, is slowly beginning to transmute out of its limitations far into other parts of the universe beyond the galaxy, allowing not only to transmute but to receive new encodings. And this is giving some of your collective, but also individuals who are attuned to galactics in the local vicinity, ideas such for humanity to prepare for the onslaught of that which is to be seen in order to be dismissed. Last paragraph. There will be some of the greatest duality played out yet in your year 2024. It is truly a celebration. And then they actually go ahead and, okay, this is probably going to give the game away now, but they actually go ahead and speak about another ET race. Alexander's simultaneous lifetime Iawatan Shah, who is a regulator of Alexander Quinn's galactic energy and a mind link to a very large 25 mile large ship along the Atlantic Ocean that works with Alexander in order to help him infuse certain codes into his local geographic area, awakening those around him, although he is not aware of this at this moment in time. And I always feel a little bit self-conscious when they speak to me in third person. Like Alexander Quinn's been doing this, but he hasn't got a clue. And I'm like, oh my God, do I really have to tell my audience this? I'm like, yes, you must tell your audience this. It's like, great, thanks for speaking about me in the third person. I love it, great. We also have boots on the ground, so to speak, but are working from the Andromedan perspectives. Whilst at home, many of us enjoy water, although we have stations in your mountainous areas on your Earth, whilst others use your skies and oceans to keep safe from your military. There is a race called the Caldarians, who are 25 million light years away from your planet, who are a very far away race, who have used, due to their own nature, your planet as a service or trading waypoint in order to cross over vast distances in order to help procreate more of their own race. They carry help in terms of specific quantifications, energetic codes, and help release your DNA structural systems at atomic levels, so that the protons and neutrons within your atomic makeup and even elements that are quantum that are similar and smaller unknown to your science will begin to release data that will become much more confluent within the gravitational field of Earth's changing magnetism beginning to release itself, or what you call the veil. They have, along with others, permission from the Galactic Federation, but also the Federation of Worlds and the Syrian Elohim Alliance, who are also governing regulatory body of Earth's transition, who are part of the grand experiment, who have been there from the very start. And then something quite funny happens. They actually close conduit, and at this moment in time, my neighbours have children, and one of them is about 16 years old, and they started playing Jimi Hendrix very, very loud. Jimi Hendrix is in the musician. And my Andromedan comes back in and said, Jimi Hendrix was one of us. He was an Andromedan. Now I close conduit. And that made me laugh. So we're going to have on Sunday another massive wave that is coming in. It's going to be 72 hours of real intensity now. And it's really a purification, a level of total purification now. For those of you who need a gentle nudge from a creator going in the right direction, you will see more 777 than anything. 777 is linked to more purification codes in terms of ascension encoding timelines. So if you are seeing more 777 or 777, it is on a celestial level proportional to the report or the message that those two beings just came through and gave to you. 7-7 is very, very much relational in terms of a celestial signal or sign that you may see on your watch or your oven clock, specifically to the codes that are coming at this moment in time. I wish you a very, very happy weekend. Stay in your divinity. You will need a lot of rest over the next 72 hours. And I will see you very, very shortly. Shwanakati shinga shangad shungwara shakadadi shing shantaki shwara kadadi shindangwariada kadadi indogwariada dadiada dadiada dadia. Goodbye for now.